What is SOPA? SOPA is the Stop Online Piracy Act that the U.S. government wants to instill. If this bill passes, it would shut down a numerous amount of information sharing websites such as Google, YouTube, and Wikipedia. If caught copywriting, this bill wants to instill a maximum penalty of up to 5 years in prison. Similarly, it is also similar to the U.S. bill PIPA, Protect IP Act. Who is against SOPA? First, we have Google, Yahoo, Twitter, Facebook, and Mozilla. They oppose SOPA because it may stop linking websites to their search engines. If copywriters feel sites are violating copyright acts, this act gives copywriters too much power to shut down search engines without any violations. Who supports SOPA? The film, recording, and media industries. Quote, from professor at the University of Ottawa, Dr. Geist, he says, Society of Composers, Authors, and Music Publishers of Canada say, quote, anything that helps copyright owners get paid for the use of their work is welcome. Next topic, the music industry. Are they winning or losing in this piracy game? The music industry is definitely losing money due to the loss of control over their consumers. Consumers no longer use traditional ways of purchasing music, such as buying CDs. Many users now pirate the majority of their music files, which decreases recording industry revenue. As years have passed, piracy has become the norm of streaming music, and this has led to the decrease in the music industry revenue. Therefore, the traditional power brokers are now in jeopardy and losing revenue. Can Canada feel the effects of SOPA and PIPA? I'll let you know. Dark Wednesday. What is that? On January 18th, the world's largest online protest was held. Dark Wednesday. Which means that websites that did not support SOPA and PIPA blacked out for 24 hours to show their support. Leading websites such as Wikipedia, Reddit, Mozilla, WordPress, and Boing Boing went dark to protest against PIPA and Stop Online Piracy Act. Citizens worldwide tapped into this protest because they felt SOPA and PIPA would be harmful to the World Wide Web and the freedom of their online speech. Michael Geist, a University of Ottawa law professor, joined the protest by blacking out his blog to show the Canadians the negative impact of SOPA and PIPA could have on their country. Geist feels there's little Canada can do to influence the U.S. decision. However, he believes there are many reasons why it is important for Canada to participate in the protest. Do you think the U.S. copyright bills influence the push of the bill the Canadians want to instill, Bill C-11, Copyright Modernization Act? I think that is definitely true, because if Bill C-11 passed, do you know what the Canadians are in store for? First, this would create liability risk for social networking sites, search engines, blogging platforms, and video sites. Secondly, an additional tax would be put on for iPods, which seems unnecessary. Third, eliminating artists' rights by removal of protection for user-generated content, parody, and satire. And fourthly, content takedown system and censorship. Digital locks, complements of Bill C-11. Digital locks would control your digital content and devices after purchase. DRM, Digital Rights Management, is aimed to prevent unauthorized copying and to reduce the overall rate of piracy. So for example, you buy a song off iTunes. This allows only the authorized user to have access to the song, so the file would not be shareable. Digital rights management flaws. There are many of them. Once you purchase a song online, you should have the right to share and manipulate the song. However, with the DRM, it is essentially not possible. When you purchase a song on iTunes, you can only share files within 5 different computers, and on the 6th one, the file locks and you're not allowed to share anymore. Geest, the law professor at Ottawa U, speaks out on digital locks. Quote, he states, "These measures would be unlikely to result in any substantial increasing at all in legitimate online revenues for music industry." So basically saying digital locks are pointless. DRM, a weak attempt at combating music piracy. Steve Jobs, Apple's chief executive, called for the elimination of DRM protection from all legally sold digital music files, stating that DRM systems, digital rights management, haven't worked and may never work to halt music piracy. Removal of DRM restrictions has a positive impact on producer profits and consumer welfare. Firstly, you can see a decrease in pirating behavior due to the removal of digital rights management. Secondly, you can see an increase in market participation in low-key consumers who wouldn't usually purchase music online, but now they do due to the utility of the DRM-free products. Thirdly, consumers may prefer to pay for a product even if they can obtain it free due to the high quality and sound of music of DRM-free products. Evidence shows as DRM restrictions are lifted and music availability increases, the price of concerts and other complementary goods such as CDs also increases, therefore helping increase sales and revenues for many artists. Product sampling. Quote, because many digital goods are often experimental goods, digital copies may also act as product samples, allowing consumers to find out which products fit their own preferences most closely. End quote. Music piracy also allows consumers to try out different products and define what artists and tracks they like the best. Sampling benefits sales due to the file-sharing element, which leads to higher profits and the presence of product diversity and consumer diversity. Canadian Independent Music Association is not satisfied. They have demanded additions to Bill C-11, the Copyright Modernization Act that is trying to be passed in Canada at the moment. They are asking for unlimited damage awards or fines for individuals found pirating music or other things. ADISQ, the Music Association in Quebec, is asking for the ability to disclose customers' personal information to copyright owners if they're suspicious of pirating without the court overseeing any of this, which seems a bit strict and unlawful because consumers could be convicted when guilty if there is no court oversight. Social network effects. Activities such as sharing, displaying, and swapping music can be important ways of self-expression and social interaction. Removing restrictions on the ability to share files with friends may increase the social network effect of music consumption, therefore increasing the consumer's willingness to pay for the legal downloads. On digital rights management. Digital rights management has not been shown as a tool to combat music piracy yet, or piracy at all. DRM is not a control mechanism that is independent of consumer preferences, but rather an important product attribute that consumers include in their evaluation of online music products. Specifically, we find that recent trends toward reducing DRM controls may actually increase overall revenues for digital music while reducing the number of consumers that might actually be pirating. Finally, we found that reduction in prices for music that is popular among college students may be beneficial for consumers and producers due to the lack of funds students usually have. Now we are going to talk about college students' motivation to pirate music. A quantitative study done at the Eastern University to find the gratifications of music piracy among college students. They developed and tested specific advertising techniques that are statistically significant in their ability to increase or decrease illegal downloading use among college. Piracy facts. For every illegally downloaded album, there is 1/5 of a sale loss for the recording industry. Up-and-coming stars are losing billions of dollars a year due to illegal downloading. Choosing a medium. Scram quoted. People weigh the level of reward that they expect from a medium or message against the effort that they may have to take in order to get to the message. Many students see no reward in purchasing legally because they have to spend money, but when pirating music for free, there is an economic benefit, hence the level of reward is high. The Internet's interactive nature gives individuals control over what medium or media they choose and how they use it. Asynchronity is the ability to send and receive messages at the user's convenience. This leaves the Internet in the hands of the individual and gives them the potential option of skipping legal requirements to pay for copyrighted content. Positive-negative behavior reinforcement. When a specific behavior has a positive outcome, it is likely to be repeated. Ventura, a psychologist, stated in 1997, behaviors can be determined through social observations. Personal experiences may determine outcomes. Example, music piracy. Student number 1 downloads albums, sees a cost reduction, is more likely to continue downloading illegally. Student number 2 downloads illegally and gets caught. Him and his friends are more likely to stop music pirating in the future due to the negative reinforcement. Optimism bias of college-age students. Specifically, the psychology of college-age students offers a mix of high degree of risk-taking and sensation-seeking qualities, which are fueled by the optimism bias and reinforced by anti-artist/anti-industry bias. This mindset of college students decreases moral dilemmas and increases the desire to download illegally while not getting caught. Dear Prime Minister Harper, as a concerned citizen, I feel you should definitely not pass Bill C-11, Copyright Modernization Act. If you really realize and look at it closely, you will see it is no good for Canada. Sites are going to be too censored, and people are going to have no rights on the internet anymore. So as a concerned citizen, I hope you look at this and think carefully, and remember that SOPA, PIPA, and the Copyright Act are not right for Canada.